All right, guys, I'm in my Model 3 here. This is my 2025 Model 3 long-range rear-wheel drive. I've had this a couple months. The new Model 3, as well as all of the new Teslas, this is kind of a new feature with all the new Teslas, is it doesn't have the drive stalk to put it into drive, reverse, neutral. You do it on the screen. There's a feature on the screen here. I want to show you this. If you go to, so I'm going to put it in park. If you hold the screen, you put it in park. Swipe up to go drive, swipe down to go reverse. So it's pretty intuitive that way, but there's a setting on the screen here I want to show you. If you go under the controls, under dynamics, there is this setting called auto shift. It's in the beta stage, and my car was in default, it was in out of park. So that's kind of the middle setting. You can turn it off, you can do out of park, or you can do on, auto shift on. And it's a pretty cool feature because what this will do is it'll be predictive. If you're backing out of a spot and you're turning out this way and you want to go the other way, if you turn the wheel, push the brake, it'll automatically sense you want to go from reverse to park, park to drive, and so forth. So I wanted to show you that. Check to see if your car has that. Cybertruck does not have this. Cybertruck just has out of park only. I was just checking mine. So this one does have the on. So this should be the same with all the Teslas except the Cybertruck. Definitely Model 3, Model Y, the new ones, the refresh versions would have this, that have the swipe on the screen. So I want to show you how this works. So see on the screen here it says tap to activate reverse. So the car sees that there's a garage door in front of me. If I tap on the brake pedal, it'll automatically put it into reverse, and then I can just go here. So I'm going to go. Now, because I'm turning, I'm kind of backing out, and I want to go this way. Let's see if it does this. Okay, so right here it says activate to drive. So if I turn to the left and push the brake, it'll automatically, so I go to the left, brake, I did both of those things, and it shifted into drive for me. So I didn't have to swipe the screen, which is pretty cool. So that's kind of what the auto shift does, is it's predicting like which way you want to go. It's helping you from having to like swipe on the screen, which I think is pretty intuitive, and it works really well. Now the refresh Model 3 has the screen for shifting, and it also has the steering wheel blinker controls here. And there is an upgraded, like you can pay $350 and you can get the blinker stock installed from Tesla, which, you know, if you really need that. The only time it's really difficult is when you're turning in, let's say you're turning, you have the wheel turn and you want to push the blinker. That's when it's a little bit more difficult. Example here. So if you're in a parking lot here, I'm just pulling into a lane, there's a curb in front of me. Here's another cool feature that you can do. Instead of having to push down the park on the screen, if let's say I want to get out right here, I just put my foot on the brake, I take my seatbelt off, and it automatically puts it into park. I don't have to touch the screen. So I think that's pretty cool that it automatically, or if you touch the door button, like you want to open the door up, it's going to put it into park. So the only time you really have to put it into park that I found is let's say if you're parking somewhere, like if I am picking my kid up from school and I'm parking on the side of the road and I'm sitting there in the car, I'll push park. But when I'm getting out of the car, take your seatbelt off, push the door button, those two things are going to activate the park feature here. So I'm going to show you here. So see how it says activate the brake to go reverse. So if I just touch the brake, it senses stuff in front of me. That's why it knows that I want to go in reverse. So see if I go, see it knows that I'm backing out and the rear of the car is going to the right. It knows that I probably want to go left here, or straighten out. So if I tap the brake and turn the wheel, it automatically put it into drive for me, so I didn't have to touch the screen at all. So it's a really cool feature. Let's see how it works. I want to show you guys how this works if you're parked in a parking spot. Okay, see, I'm parked into a parking spot here. There's nothing in front of me. There's nothing behind me. I could go front or back. Okay, if I take my seatbelt off, right, seatbelt off, it puts it into park. I think that's pretty cool. It's intuitive. I don't have to push it. Seatbelt back on. I put my foot on the brake, and it kind of just, its instinct is to say I want to go in reverse. Well, I am going to reverse, but I'm going to go the opposite way. I'm going to, see how I have the wheel turning this way. If I turn the wheel and push my foot on the brake, it'll put it into drive for me. So it's helpful when you're doing multi-point turns, you're pulling out, you're turning the other way. Sense that, and it's going to help you so you're not swiping the screen. It's pretty intuitive. So I found it pretty helpful, and it really makes it where I'm not touching the screen very often at all. And it's really sensing a lot of my movements. Okay, I want to do something where I want to try, this is an experiment here. Okay, I'm pulled in to a spot here. There's really nothing behind me. I have a lot of room behind me. I can back up. I push the brake to reverse, and I'm just going to go straight back. I'm not going to turn the wheel, so it doesn't know what I want to do. So I just keep going reversing here. Now, it's not giving me the option to go into drive. It won't, not until... Oh, that time it didn't activate anything. So there are some situations you kind of got to play around with it for it to activate, for it to sense where you want to go. But it is pretty helpful when you're backing out of a spot and you're turning out of a spot, like on this one here. I'm in this parking spot. If I hit park, activate reverse, and then I'm turning the wheel. So see how if you're turning the wheel as you're backing out, that's when it starts sensing. So see, it sensed it right there, tap. So to activate the drive is I'm going to turn to the left, put the foot on the brake, and then go. So it's pretty intuitive, guys. I think it's a cool feature. I like this feature. I like the swipe the screen. I don't miss the drive stalk. I don't miss that at all, especially because I like that I can just take my seatbelt off when I'm parking. I can push the door button. It just automatically goes into park. It really eliminates the need to swipe the screen up and down to go from reverse to drive to neutral to all those different settings there. Now you might wonder how to get into neutral. One way, like if let's say you're going through an automatic car wash, you got to put the car in neutral. You want to do car wash mode. Once you do car wash mode, you can do enable free roll. That's going to be like putting it into neutral. Now once you're in enable free roll, so in neutral in the car wash mode, in order to get it back into drive, you just simply put your foot on the brake and you just swipe up on the screen to go into drive. So it's really easy to get out of that, and then you just exit out of car wash mode. Now up here on the roof of the car, this is right above the rear view mirror. You've got the park, reverse, neutral, drive buttons. There's the hazard buttons. You can put the car into neutral up here by simply pushing the button, and it will go into neutral. This is also kind of a backup in case the screen stops working, so you can still activate the drive modes. I don't find myself having to go into neutral, especially with the car wash mode. I find that that's sufficient, so there's really no other time where I really have to go into neutral. It's going to get to a point where it's going to be more predictive. You'll have to touch the screen less, which I think is really cool. The car's just going to intuitively know where you want to go based on the environment, especially if you have a destination, and it's going to help with that as well. So guys, hopefully this is helpful. So leave your comments down below if you've enjoyed using this feature. If you haven't, try it out. And hit that thumbs up button, subscribe. We'll see you in the next one. Thanks.